Hey y'all, it's pretty late, so I'm gonna try to make this short. It's just been quite a day of stories, and apparently my family just like attracts adventure or something. So I was at work today with the boys, and I get a text from my dad, and he's been in Illinois working on a rental property that we'd had some problems with the last couple days, and I knew that he was headed back east. Um, but anyway, he sends me a text that he got home safely, but that his brakes fell out on I-75. And back and I've read that again. I don't, what? Okay, I get off tonight I'm going to call you when I get off because I really need to hear this story. So I did, I called him and he was telling me about, so they had the big dually and the lawnmower was in the back, all sorts of gear, whatnot. They had the trailer behind it and they were going through the Appalachian Mountains and apparently it was the brake fluid that came out. So the actual brake stayed in the car. And I didn't really understand how this works because cars are not my forte. But he explained to me that without the brake fluid, when you push on the brake pedal, nothing actually activates the brakes to like slow the vehicle at all. So the brake fluid just all came out on the side of the interstate. And so the car had zero functional brakes, like at all, in the mountains. And my dad he's an experienced driver, and so he just decided to keep driving the last 3 hours home without brakes. They didn't have to stop for gas or anything. So he said he had a couple close calls, and then we live on a busy road, and there were many cars in the driveway, so he had to thread this very thin needle of how to get to the back of the house without hitting people's newer cars that were in the driveway. And so he said they came barreling through there at 15 miles an hour, and he doesn't know how they didn't hit anything, but they made it. So he was telling me that I should probably practice driving without using brakes, so if I ever need to do that, then I would know how. But that's great and all. But I said, Dad, that's great, and that's probably is a good skill to have, but if I'm ever in that situation, I think I'm just going to call a tow truck. But that was kind of interesting. He got home safely, everything was good, but driving without brakes, like, wow. Okay, I'm going to bed now. End of story. Good night.